In this episode, we finally get something with an engine and wheels. We've been trying to flip our way into our next project car. On the last video, we had some struggles with the boat motor. We finally got rid of it, and we kind of flopped trying to flip a washing machine, and that didn't work out either. So I left off with a little teaser showing this little Chinese scooter frame that I picked up. I'm actually not sure that that's going to be part of the flipping project. I just bought it because I felt like I had to. It was cheap. I only paid $40 for it, and it was a frame with a title and a license plate. And I had a couple little daydream project ideas of making something that was street legal, something maybe with 3 wheels or something, and for 40 bucks I just couldn't let it go. So that's what that scooter's about. It might make an appearance, but I'm not prioritizing this as a flip item. However, that doesn't mean that I haven't been scouring Marketplace and looking for the next flip items. So let's get to it. I actually found something else in the garage to flip. Completely forgot that I had this. I bought this at an antique store. I have a little bit of a thing for old axes and handsaws, and I picked up this old 1937 Sager Chemical double bit kind of Puget Sound style axe head. That's axe nerd lingo for it. An old axe head. And these things can go for quite a bit of money. This thing's not doing me any good sitting on the shelf. So I'm going to take some pictures, maybe get a little bit more details about it online, and see if we can pull some money out of this from eBay. So cool. Okay, axe head is now listed on eBay. We'll see if anything comes of that. I set the auction length for a week and a buy it now price of $100, just to kind of throw that out there. All right, good news. It's barely been over an hour and the axe head sold for 100 bucks. Plus they paid for shipping. So that's awesome. I guess now I gotta pack it up and send it, but there you go. That'll be $100 that we can put into, well, eBay's gonna take some fees out. So let's call it maybe 90 bucks that we can add to the pile and look for something else. So we had some success today on the flipping adventure. I went to one of those big Goodwills with the bins full of mostly garbage that you sort through and buy things by weight. And I managed to walk out with something very heavy, but should be an easy flip to make some money on. Let's check it out. Bang. So it's a swing out Yakima bike rack, holds 4 bikes. It pivots down so you don't have this thing sticking out the back of your car, and it swings away so you can open your hatch or open the back doors in this case. But I only paid $7 for it, and it looks like on Marketplace they're being listed, this one in particular, at easily over $100. So the only thing it's missing is the little clevis pin for the hitch pin right here. So I think I might even have one in the bolt drawer. And just clean it up a little bit, maybe give it a little polish, take some good pictures, see if we can get this thing out the door for like 100 bucks. Decided to drive out to a park, get some nice pictures of the bike rack. So now we'll just get these posted. So the bike rack was a huge success. I had it listed on Marketplace for less than 24 hours. And I got somebody to show up and pay full asking price for it. So I got 120 bucks off of that $7 purchase. So that's awesome. So that puts our total up now with the axe head and the bike rack and the boat motor up to a little over 450 bucks. So that's getting us a little closer. We're getting little baby steps, but we're getting closer and closer to be able to kind of get into the realm of things with a higher profit margin. So that's exciting. And once again, got to dive back into Marketplace and look for the next thing. So I'm a little sweaty, a little hot. I had to frantically rip the seats out of the van and grab some tools and stuff and jump on this right away. I found a go-kart, like a proper full suspension kind of dune buggy go-kart for 250 bucks. It looks a little rough. It's got some sand tires on it, so it probably spent some time at the beach. If the rust is just surface level and it's not like completely rotted, I think it might be worth taking some time to hit it with some paint and see if I can get it running and happy. See if we can pull some money out of it. They're only asking $250 for it. Right now we're sitting at $450 in the budget, so this could be a gamble, but it is kind of exciting to see something with an engine and wheels show up. I'm noticing go-karts aren't selling super fast, but if I can get this one at $250 and keep my cost under, let's say, $400 or $450, and that's basically hoping that we can get it running and then maybe throw a coat of paint on it, clean it up a little bit. Maybe I can try and sell it for $500 or $600 or maybe even more. We'll see how well it goes, but that's all getting ahead of myself here. We just need to get our eyeballs on it and see what it looks like. For better or worse, I did it. It is quite a bit rougher than I thought, but I don't know. Sometimes I just can't help myself, I think. Actually, I forgot to tie it down, so I need to stop. Well, we got a project. Whew. Oh, this thing's crusty. Well, it might be safe to say I had the Marketplace beer goggles on last night, because seeing it now in proper daylight, it's a little rougher than I thought. But the first thing I want to do is see if I can set the bead on these front wheels, or the front tires. They're just falling off. They're crap anyway, but I'm going to do the old and light it on fire trick. See if I can at least get it rolling. But I'm going to make a little home for it right here in the garage. Probably get it up on jack stands, and then first order business will be seeing if I can get it to fire up and run even on starting fluid, because I don't know anything about the motor. He lost the key, wasn't able to test that, so I got a fresh battery. I'll hit it with starting fluid. Hopefully the wiring is not too messed up, and we'll see if it does anything. We'll see. Well, I guess setting the bead doesn't really matter if you just have a hole in it. Luckily, that scooter frame I bought, the guy gave me a brand new battery. I already topped it off and everything. So I'm gonna throw the wires on this, and hopefully this harness doesn't catch on fire. Yikes. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, I guess I can pull a spark plug, see if it's getting spark. Oh, it's an NGK. I found a wiring diagram and started messing around. Found a wire that actually, I couldn't tell if it needed power or ground, so I decided to try ground first, and suddenly, boom, we got spark. So I'm gonna fix it to a ground spot somewhere. Probably switch this out for a ring terminal, but we have spark, so I'm gonna get this tapped in somewhere, throw the spark plug back in, shoot some starting fluid in the carb, and then we'll see what happens. Actually, I want to check the oil too. So, given the state of this harness and the fact that multiple connectors, even this one going to the coil here, look burnt, and I'm not entirely certain, but I think somebody used a bolt in place of an actual fuse. A replacement GOI 6 harness on Amazon is like 30 bucks. It won't be exact fit, like it won't have the length to reach up to the key spot on the buggy. They're typically for GY6 powered quads and scooters, but I'm not afraid of extending the harness. That's easy enough, and this harness is simple. To make life a little easier on myself, I'm going to disconnect this and wire the ignition to a rocker switch. I might have a momentary switch somewhere, but this will work for now. And I'm just going to put a couple little spade ends on here so I can spark it over. Just realized that the battery sitting on the tire is probably not a good idea. Grabbed a gallon of gas. We'll put some gas in here. I threw a fuel line off of, we had just spare fuel lines. Threw a fuel line straight to the carb. Maybe I should have went and grabbed a new filter, but I'm too eager. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on. There's fuel absolutely pouring out of the carb. I think before I go tearing into this carb and trying to figure out what's going on, why it's pouring the gas back out, this spare GOI 6 carb I had in the parts bin from that scooter frame is certainly much cleaner on the outside than this one, and it is quite literally identical. So I'm just gonna unhook this old one, hook this one up, and see what happens. See if it behaves a little better. Here's the carb that came off. That's the one that came out of the parts bin. Again, I have no idea if this is going to work or not, but you know what? Rather than tearing this apart, I have another one. Externally, it looks nicer. We're going to give it a shot. Turn on the gas and make sure it doesn't just come pouring out the same way. Questionable fresh carburetor on there. It's not puking gas out anymore. Jerry-rigged ignition here. Let's see. Let's see. Dude, awesome. It only died there because I had the one of the ignition wires that was connected to ground pinched on the gear lever. So when I went to put it forward, it popped out and killed it there. But dude, that's crazy. Put that ignition wire directly to the battery, that extra one that I had grounded out on the frame. Now we're gonna fire this thing, or try to, and see what happens. Given that breakthrough, I think I might actually cancel the order I just placed for that wiring harness. That'll save me about 30 bucks. That's 30 bucks I can spend on the new brake master cylinder that it needs. Oh, that's funny. That front tire just completely gave up. Just while I was sitting here talking. These tires are done for. I'll probably hit Marketplace and look for a used set of 8-inch ATV tires or something. But anyway, I'm going to cancel that wiring order. I'll do what I can to clean this up. Maybe I can find like a CDI plastic cover for what is there, and just clean it up a little bit. And then, yeah, I'm going to cancel that right now. So I think that's where we're going to leave this video. We have a running, not quite driving go-kart. And this is going to be a major project. I'm sure it's going to take more than a couple videos to get this thing either ready to sell, or who knows, maybe if y'all like it enough, and if I fall in love with my go-kart driving youth memories, maybe this will be the Project Car or Project Kart. We'll see. Either way, you know, I want to see this one through. The boat motor thing was kind of a flop. I want to see this through, and I'm just excited. I've always wanted a 2-seater full suspension go-kart. I have one. It's hideous. It's ugly. It's going to give me tetanus, but I have one now. So I'll see you guys on the next one. If you like this Super Oops Broken Ringland shirt, you can grab one for yourself at TireSideShop.com.